Welcome into another telecast of LMC Varsity Sports. I'm Charlie McGraw. We're here at Mamaroneck for a beautiful day as girls lacrosse action will be taking place between the visiting Clarkstown South and Mamaroneck. Mamaroneck has had a very tough schedule. They're 2-4. Clarkstown South is a very, very young team with not many upperclassmen, and they are 0-5. When we get back, we will have the opening face-off, opening draw here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, I'm Troy McGraw alongside cameraman and LMC Varsity Sports producer Rob Moretti and other cameramen Jack Wells and Kevin Duarte. We're here at lovely Memorial Field in Mamaroneck on a beautiful day, one of the best of this spring season, as Mamaroneck will have it after the opening draw was won by the Tigers. 2 25-minute halves here in girls Varsity Lacrosse, Section A game, as both teams in Section A. In goal, Ali Gadecko and Talia Land, who will be playing lacrosse next year at Division III Amherst in Massachusetts. As that one will be played by the Tigers. In front is Madeline Reardon as the Tigers run a play. Julia Quaid has it now. And falling with it was Reardon, and she'll turn it over and it'll be picked up by Kira Cotton, and she'll bring it up for Clarkstown South's first possession in the game, as after a loss yesterday, the Vikings are 0-5. And this one will be slowly played by South. No shot clock in girls lacrosse. Boys lacrosse either, actually. There is a shot clock now in college lacrosse. If you have it for a certain amount, they enforce it in boys college lacrosse. Girls college lacrosse doesn't have one yet, I think. And this one behind the net, Clarkstown South, a cutting player wide open, and he's not able to handle it. A good pass there by Cotton to find Annie O'Neill, and the freshman couldn't handle the pass, and it'll be picked up by Talia Land, and she'll play it forward as far as she possibly could to Bridget Knowles, and she'll pick it up and start the attack for the Tigers. 2.5 minutes gone by now as a legal play by Clarkstown South. Keep it with the Tigers outside the crease. Circle. And that one will be bounced and a save, as the goalie, Ali Gadecko, didn't know where it was, but she bounced it with her stomach and she was able to save it and now pick it up. So a save for her, first of the game. Like a play in hockey where the goalie makes a save, doesn't know where it is because it either goes out or is away, but that one was a good save as she just got her body in front of it and was able to make a save to stop Mamaroneck from scoring first goal of the day. As gone 3 minutes 20 seconds and still no score. In girls lacrosse usually average about between 10 and 15 goals per team per game. About 25 total usually is about the average on a given day, and that one will be saved by Land. And that one will be played by Clarkstown South, thrown around, and the fight for it will result in it staying with Clarkstown South, and that'll be fraction on the Vikings, it'll be Tigers ball with 4 minutes gone by. Still no score. That one will be brought up and shot, and a goal scored by Mamaroneck's Katie Cotter. First goal of the game by Cotter. She just took it and went in and got the shot easily past Ali Gadeko, and it's 1-0 Mamaroneck here with 4 minutes and 19 seconds gone by in the first half. Breakaway for Cotter results in the goal. And it's an early 1-0 lead for Mamaroneck. Their tough early schedule, they are 2-4. Some tough games though in the opening, resulting in that 2-4 record, looking to improve to 3-4. Clarkstown South only has 3 players on their bench, as opposed to Mamaroneck, who has 8, excuse me. So we'll see if that's a factor, stamina and depth. As it'll be a foul, and it'll stay with Mamaroneck. That one will be played by the Tigers' Cassie Bedell. She has it now, sophomore midfielder. And brought in here, back to Bedell. Good give and go from Bedell and Emily Mullen, and an assist for Mullen and a goal for Bedell with 6 minutes and 34 seconds into the first half. So 2 minutes apart between the goal by Cotter and Cassie Bedell, and it is quickly 2-0 Mamaroneck. First time we're covering the girls lacrosse this season at Mamaroneck. Though there was a Rhinebeck girls lacrosse game earlier this week. Rob Moretti, producer, gives me the go-ahead nod that that's correct. Foul, Mamaroneck brought up by Clarkstown South. They're looking to strike for the first time. It'll be brought up by Caroline Noya. She'll go behind the goal, look for a play. Got the best chance that Clarkstown South had earlier to score, but Annie O'Neill couldn't handle the pass from Kira Cotton. He's talking about how young this team is. They only have 2 seniors. Three seniors, excuse me. 3 seniors. And 1 junior. Mostly sophomores on this team. And 3 freshmen. This one will be brought in, and a shot is a good stop by Talia Land, and it'll be Mamaroneck ball as they were closest to it. As that shot was by Kayla Tracy, one of the seniors. Her, Maddie Buckley, and Christina Hanos are the 3 seniors for Clarkstown South, and Talia Lane had her first save. Actually, 2 saves for her. 2 saves for Gadeko. That one will be wide, and it'll be Clarkstown South ball, as is the case in boys lacrosse. Girls lacrosse rule is if the ball goes out, player closest to it on either team, who's ever closest to it, they get the ball on the shot. So in soccer, if you shoot it and it goes out, the other team gets it. Not in lacrosse if you have a player closest to it behind the net. So sometimes some players cherry pick behind the net, so they're closest on a missed shot. And this one will be played by the Vikings, playing back-to-back games. And that one will be played by the Vikings behind the goal, taking their time, which is good. They have the ball, trailing 2-0. They want that good shot to get it past the future Lord Jeffs goalie for Amherst, Talia Land. Amherst has one of the better nicknames in sports, the Lord Jeffs. And that one will be played not yet behind the goal. It's real slow for Clarkstown South pace now. Assistant coach Savage, John Savage, the legendary field hockey coach here at Mamaroneck, state champion this year, back-to-back state champion that you saw here on LMC Varsity Sports. Head coach is Rocky Lividini, who played for Coach Savage when she was a star player here at Mamaroneck. And this one will be stolen by Mamaroneck. About a minute and a half, 2-minute possession though for Clarkstown South. Yields nothing, no shots, and that shot is a goal as Mamaroneck will take a 3-0 lead on the goal by Madeline Reardon, assisted by Emily Mullen, her second assist. We'll be right back. LMC Varsity Sports, a timeout by Clarkstown South coach Bianca Aloy. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports. Another draw following the timeout. First timeout by Clarkstown South, and another win on a draw by Mamaroneck. 3-0 goals. Madeline Reardon, the most recent one, Katie Cotter, and Cassie Budell. And Mamaroneck leads 3-0. 2 assists for Emily Mullen, too, in the second and third goal. First goal by Cotta looked to be unassisted. This one brought in here by Boodle. And she'll pass it, and it'll be lost and a foul against the Vikings. No. This one will be played in on the free play, and it'll be passed. Quate to Mullen. Mullen has it, and a foul. A legal play against Mamaroneck and Clark's. Excuse me, that was foul on. A legal play by Mamaroneck, and Clarkstown South will have it. Both teams were surprised with that call. And a nice pass there by the Vikings, finding Eileen Kelly, and she'll pass it forward. And then quickly are going towards the goal is Annie O'Neill, and she'll dump it to the left, and it'll get away, but it'll be saved in the corner right in front of our cameraman, Kevin Duarte, by Clarkstown South. Caroline Noya, the freshman, and Clarkstown South will get their offense going on a high pass, and Talia Land came out to cut off the angle, and she did, and it'll be, looks like, stay with Clarkstown South as, officials look like he switched the call, but he'll keep it with, it'll go to Mamaroneck, and Land will play it here past the halfway mark of, not past the halfway mark yet, as 13 minutes, 35 seconds gone by in these first half, which is 25 minutes, and 3-0, and a breakaway here for Karina Steigerwald, and she'll put it right at the goalie. It'll be saved, and another shot is blocked by Gadeko, and she has 4 saves. Back-to-back saves by Ali Gadeko, and it'll be Mamaroneck who will keep it, though. As Karina Steigerwald had a lone chance with the goalie, and that one will be scored by the Tigers. That was Reardon, her first goal, assisted by by Sarah Bennett. So, second goal for Reardon. 17 minutes, 2 seconds in. And they will redo the draw. 4-0 Mamaroneck over Clarkstown South. Fraction on South, it'll stay with Mamaroneck. It'll be played here by Budell. Budell has it. And Mamaroneck's Karina Steigerwald make the nice pass to Budell, and Steigerwald with a little redemption after missing that wide open opportunity. She gets an assist to Cassie Budell, and Budell has 2 goals, and Steigerwald has her first assist. Exactly 13 minutes into this first half comes goal number 5 for Mamaroneck. It's Talia Lamb working on that rare shutout. Had to make a couple saves as well, about 2. 6 saves for Gadeco. That one will be played to Emily Mullen, who has 2 assists, to Reardon, who has 2 goals. And Mamaroneck continues to dominate possession time here in this one. Clarkstown's only possessed it maybe like 3-4 minutes of this first 13 and a half, as that goal was scored, as it's picked up, and that one was scored by Emily Mullen, her first goal of the game, along with 2 assists. That one was assisted by Budell. 2 goals and assists, 2 goal and 2 assists now for Mullen, the sophomore. So that one comes 13 minutes and 44 seconds gone by in the first half. 6-0 Mamaroneck. The Tigers will look to add the extra point to go ahead, as they will get the quick steal, as Clarkstown South won a rare face-off for them. But Mamaroneck steals it right away, and Budell coming towards the goal for a quick 2-for-1 attack here, after they just scored a goal less than 30 seconds ago. And Mamaroneck decides to wisely slow it down, as Bridget Knowles will have it. Knowles, one of 3 freshmen, both teams with 3 freshmen. That one played in by Mamaroneck, and the down pass is intercepted by Clarkstown South, and will have a foul against the Vikings. Clock continues to run on fouls. It is 6-0 as the scoreboard, the part of the scoreboard where it shows the score. The time works perfectly, but the score part is not working on the scoreboard. This one will be played by Knowles. She'll pass to fellow freshman Sarah Bennett, who will pass to Mullen. Bennett has 2 assists. Mullen now has 2 goals and 2 assists. And it is 7-0 with 14 minutes, 35 seconds gone by in the first half. As well have another draw with the 7-0 lead, Mamaroneck. Another draw won by the Tigers and picked up there by Louisa Martin. And a foul on the Vikings. It's the ref. This one played to Rudell. As it'll be brought in by Mamaroneck's Katie Cotter. Scored the first goal of the game, 4:19 in. We were scoreless through the first 4 minutes and 18 seconds until Cotter scored. Now it's 7-0 as they fixed the scoreboard, but it is 7-0 as we had said. And it'll be brought in here by Rudell. As the defense shouts out plays, so does the offense. This one will be played in as Mamaroneck just wasting time here. 7:45 to go in this first half. And Coach Rocky Lividini shouts out plays to her team from the sideline. And it'll be played in and lost by the freshman Bridget Knowles in a turnover and foul. Hard one by Sarah Bennett. Knocks Maddie Bulici to the floor. And Clarkstown South can't take advantage as they throw it away. Maybe a little rattled after that hit was Leaky. And it'll be brought up by the Tigers here following the turnover. Mamaroneck continues to really outpossess Clarkstown South as it shows on the scoreboard, 7-0 lead for Mamaroneck. Still have 6:30 remaining in this first half here on LMC Varsity Sports. Thanks so much for watching us here today. As we'll have a warning. The official will possibly issue a penalty. Legal play maybe by Luisa Annunziata, and I don't know what it was. Both coaches will go to talk to her, Bianca Alloy and Liz Cassis. And that one will be scored by Bridget Knowles, her first of the game, as they take advantage of the penalty and the player out. Annunziata got is it a yellow card? Although nothing was raised, so it's tough to tell. Maybe just warned her because the official first thing, but she did write something down. He did write something down, so could have just been a what? 2-minute penalty, yeah. She will stay out. It's a minor infraction. This one will be almost one. Mamaroneck will be a player up with Annunziata serving the 2-minute penalty for the yellow card infraction. Mamaroneck goals, 2 by Madeline Reardon, 2 goals by, and 2 assists for Emily Mullen. Assist for Karina Steigerwald, because that's a legal play by Mamaroneck. Katie Cotter had a goal. Bridget Knowles had a goal. Cassie Bedell, 2 goals, 2 assists, and Talia Land has 2 saves, 8 saves for Ellie Gadecko. And that one will be saved by DeGecko, number 9. About on a half knee leg save there from the goalie, Gadecko. That one will be scrambled around. This one brought up by Clarkstown South with 4 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in this first half. Vikings still looking to get on the board for the first time. It'll roll to Land, who will quickly pounce on it and make a nice move to get away from the defender, Kiera Cotton, and it will be brought up by Mamaroneck. Calling for it was Daphne Peniston, but Grace Fitzgerald will bring it up here. This one will be worked around by Mamaroneck, as they will waste some time here. And the Tigers will go with it towards the goal now, from behind it, and a good pass and a score. Nice play. Karina Steigerwald, her second assist, scored by Emily Mullen, and that will be a hat trick for Mullen. She has 2 assists and 3 goals with 3:27 left here in the first half. As this one is won by Mamaroneck once again. They've won about every one but 2 of the draws, and it's been like one to start the half, one after the timeout, and it's been about 11 draws and 9-1 by Mamaroneck. This one will be played up by Clarkstown South now. 9-0. 9 draws won, 9 goals for Mamaroneck. Foul on the Tigers. .225 remaining here in the first half. That's a foul on Clarkstown South. This This one will go off of Tigers with 1:45 remaining in this first half. Just to be brought up once again by Kira Cotton. And that one will be played, and she was deflected and blocked by the defense before it even got to land. Caroline Quate with the play as Quate goes down on the scrum for the ball. As we've hit the 106 mark here in the first half. Now 1 minute remaining in this first half. Land still pitching a shutout for Mamaroneck. This one played behind the net for Clarkstown as they look to get on the scoreboard. That one we brought. So they're looking for a play, and they got the play they wanted. It bounces around and picked up by the defense, and they will bring it out. Will Sophie Miller, she'll play it forward to Daphne Peniston. And Peniston plays it to Steigerwald, who plays it to Julia Quate. Quate goes towards the goal, 20 seconds. Mamaroneck looking for the last shot. Daphne Peniston towards the goal, and she'll score her first goal. First goal of the game for the senior Daphne Peniston, assisted by Julia Quate, her first assist. And it is 10-0 Mamaroneck with 14 seconds remaining here in the first half. As the Clarkstown North bus just pulls up behind us, South bus pulls up behind us. And the draw will be won by Mamaroneck as they have 10 seconds to try and score their 11th goal. As assistant coach John Savage lets the team know. Daphne Peniston has it, plays it towards the goal, and the last second shot will be stopped as Clarkstown South knocked it out, and the official will talk to the Clarkstown South players. But that'll be the end of the first half, 10-0 Mamaroneck. And when we get back, we'll have the second half here on LMC Varsity Sports. That's coming up next. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, second half draw, and a very clean win there by Emily Mullen. 2 goals, 2 assists, 3 goals for her in the first half. Mamaroneck leads 10-0. They'll get the ball and they'll put in backup goalie Lily Epstein, who was the goalie on the soccer team, to replace Talia Land, who had 3 saves in a first half shutout. As it'll be played to Karina Steigerwald, to Julia Quate, and Mamaroneck will play it now to Mullen, to Boudel. And Boudel has it for a while, but gives it to Quate. Quate will hold it. Let just time tick away. Running time with the 10-0 lead in the second half, which means after goals and stuff, there will be running time. And that one was backdoor pass behind the goalie there, Deco, and Mamaroneck had an opportunity, but Reardon couldn't handle it. And they do get it back though, and they'll just continue to run time. They have it behind the goal. Be Sarah Bennett, who had 2 first half assists, looking for another assist. Couldn't be handled there by Udell, but it was picked up once again by Mamaroneck and Emily Mullen. She plays it to Julia Quate. Quate will play it behind the goal to Udell. And be knocked away by Vikings Picked up, but out of bounds. There's a hook penalty is called against Clarkstown South. And Mamaroneck will keep it. Well, Karina Steigerwald does Mamaroneck, just looking to waste time in this one. 22-45. Haven't taken a shot yet in the second half, but that one, keep away game, finally gets interrupted by Clarkstown South, and they'll have it, and they'll look to bring it forward and try and get on the board and get their first shot against new goalie sophomore Lily Epstein, who was the soccer goalie and she played basketball as well. As this one will be brought up by Cotton, Kira Cotton. She spells Cotton with a K. And it'll be brought up here by the Tigers, and a score by Sarah Bennett. Her first goal assisted by Grace Fitzgerald. Her first assist. Goal and 2 assists now for Bennett, and an assist for Fitzgerald, and it's 11-0 Mamaroneck with 21:50 and counting on that running clock. This one will be in the air and won by Madeline Reardon. And behind the goal with it is Mamaroneck. That pass is too long, and the Tigers will lose it to Clarkstown South. But Mamaroneck, though, in this first 4:10 has outpossessed Clarkstown South by about 3 minutes 50 seconds to about 20 seconds, although Clarkstown South does have it now, and they'll bring it forward. Will Noya. Two teams switch sides at the end to start the second half. Be a 25-minute second half, just as it was 25-minute first half. Clarkstown South has it, and will have first penalty close to the Mamaroneck goal in this game. That shot will be saved by Lily Epstein, her first save of the day. On the shot by Caitlin Connolly. As they have dropped the puck in Pittsburgh for Game 2, Pittsburgh and the Rangers. Although, since we come on taped, this was a week ago. Rangers season could be over by now, by the time you're watching this. So that one will be a nice shot. Ground ball shot there. Low, and nothing the goalie could do about it. Udell, her second assist, scored by Sarah Bennett, her second goal. And her second goal of this half, 12-0 Tigers. This one will be won once again by Mamaroneck on the draw. Mamaroneck continues to waste time. That one will be played to Mamaroneck and a goal by the Tigers, as it was putting it home was Bridget Knowles, her second, assisted by Emily Mullen. 3 goals, 3 assists for Emily Mullen, and that was the second goal for the freshman Bridget Knowles, as Mamaroneck leads 13-0 with 17 minutes and 15 seconds left in this one. This one will be brought up by Mamaroneck. Captain Lizzie Clark hasn't played in this one, or earlier she was in on the sideline. She has a ice pack on her leg, so she wasn't able to play in this one. Or an early injury took her out, as we did not see her on defense. But she was a star on the field hockey team. As a forward and plays defense and captain, along with Katie Cotter and Talia Land for this team. So hopefully she'll be okay and be able to play in Mamaroneck's next game as she ices her leg on the sideline. As it'll be played by Mamaroneck once again, something they've done all afternoon, and now they're just playing some keep away with Clarkstown South. That is Clarkstown South's defenders yelling they have the ball. Who's guarding it? It's like after a free throw, when someone's shooting a free throw, when basketball player says shooter, that they're guarding the shooter after the free throw. This player is guarding the player with the ball. Definitely communicate well, does Clarkstown South, but a young team, and just they're 0-5 and just not enough experiences. Looked like early on they had some opportunities, but weren't able to convert them. Talia Land did make a couple good saves and a couple drops by Clarkstown South too. They're still being shut out here with 14:50 remaining, as we got a penalty called, and the two refs will get together and decide on this one. And it'll be Mamaroneck ball at the top of the penalty area, as the goalie Gadecko will have to adjust her helmet after that shot, and it's a goal for Sarah Bennett. So she's got 3 goals and 2 assists. Emily Mullen leads all scores with 3 assists and 3 goals. Next would be Bennett, who had no goals entering this half, but now she has 3 goals and 2 assists, which she had earlier in the game. 14 minutes remaining, and it's 2 touchdowns for Mamaroneck and no points for Clarkstown South. 14-0 Tigers. As Mamaroneck will win it, another draw, and they'll bring it up. It's called a draw in girls field hockey. In boys field hockey, call it the face-off. Because in the face-off, you're making contact with the other player. That's why it's called a face-off, like it is in hockey. But in the draw, you're really not allowed to, touch like the other player with your stick or body. So that's why it's, I guess, called the draw. Mamaroneck's won every draw but 2, and there's been about 16 or 17 now in this one. And one was on an infraction that Clarkstown South won, so they've won all but 1 if you don't include the infraction. although the infraction does count, so it's all but 2. That one is loose and kept in right in front of Kevin Duarte, our cameraman, but it'll go out to Clarkstown South, and they will have it. The Clarkstown South ball here. And that'll be a goal for Madeline Reardon. Reardon now has a hat trick. So Madeline Reardon has a hat trick, Emily Mullen has 3 goals, 3 assists, and Sarah Bennett has 3 goals and 2 assists. That one will be in the air, and another draw win for Tigers. This one, actually Clarkstown South winds up with it, so they get credit for that win. And a foul against Mamaroneck. That one was Katie Cotter took for Mamaroneck. Looks like she had won it, but in the end the scramble gave it to the South. And this one will be brought up by Clarkstown South, looking for their first goal, trailing 15-0 with 11:10 gone by, and a foul on Mamaroneck. That one will be stolen by Mamaroneck on the free attempt by the Vikings and brought up by Charlotte Mackey, who plays it forward. And that one will go across to Julia Quate, who has an assist in this one. She's double teamed. She plays it forward to Knowles. Clarkstown South, a big amount of underclassmen. All sophomores, basically. They have 10 sophomores. They only have 13 players suited for today's game. Looks like they actually only have 2 on the bench now. And that one will be played by Mamaroneck and thrown away, though, by Karina Stegwald, looking for Charlotte Mackey. That one goes outside the fence, and they'll need another one. I'll throw it down. Thought in lacrosse you're supposed to have the balls outside the goals all scattered around, but I guess that's just boys lacrosse. And this one will be played by the Tigers behind the net, and we're inside 9 minutes now, 8:50 remaining in this one. Only thing in doubt is the final score. And that one will be, it's currently 15-0. Just three or four shots for Clarkstown South, about 15 goals, and an additional about 12 shots for Mamaroneck. There was a save by the Gecko there, the goalie from Clarkstown South. And this one will be legally played by Clarkstown, and they'll let her do it over. Brought up by Vikings, and another turnover by them as that'll go out, and it'll be played now by Louisa Martin with 7:35. So 10 goals in the first half, 5 through the first 17 and a half of the second half for a 15-0 lead for Mamaroneck. One save for backup goalie Lily Epstein. Here she replaced the Amherst-bound Talia Land, who made 3 saves in the first half. This one will be brought in by the Vikings, looking for that first goal with 7 minutes remaining. They'll play it to Kelly Hallinan. Mamaroneck's defense now yelling out who has the ball. They bring it towards the net, and it'll be played behind the net, caught there by Hallinan. She was just able to catch it. She throws it a little wildly, but it is Kira Cotton who has it. Plays it towards the goal and bounces around, and it'll go out for Clarkstown Southpaw. Clarkstown South thought they had turned it over, but it goes off of Mamaroneck. Stays with Clarkstown South, and the Vikings have 6 minutes and 5 seconds now to score their first goal of the game, and a nice play to reel in that high pass by Eileen Kelly. Another sophomore, as they have 10, and all of them basically are playing. That one played towards the goal, and a nice pass, unable to handle it at first, but backed up and picked up by the freshman Megan McCullough. Played towards the goal, getting close now, and a steal before she can get towards the goal by Mamaroneck's Paige Dennehy. And Dennehy will just play it to the goalie Epstein, and she'll be fouled. We'll have a stoppage here as they'll stop it now, and another card being issued. Clarkstown South will be a man down once again, and she'll have to come out for the yellow card. Second one they've seen, so it'll be a minute or two penalty. I think 2-minute penalty. This one going up. Kelly. This one, she was close to Epstein, as this will be the only stoppage of this half, since it's 10 or more, and they weren't stopping the clock until there was a play, as this clock now will go on. Because even when there was a goal scored, they didn't stop it because of the running time involved with the 10 or more goal lead that Mamaroneck has had for the whole half. So they actually scored that 10th goal right before the end of about a minute left in the first half. They scored that 10th goal. Or actually, it was below a minute left. Only like 10 seconds. Excuse me, 15 now that I remember. And this one, Clarkstown South, despite the player down, will have it here, as Mamaroneck is able to clear it. Played up, nice pass there. Quay to Steigerwald. And Karina Steigerwald will play it to Bridget Knowles. And then it'll go away from Grace Fitzgerald. And we will have 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in this game. And Mamaroneck with complete control here. The other official warns that was the official who gave the card. Takes out one of the players from the area. Excuse me? Offsides. It was offsides. Against. Offsides. But how can you be offsides on defense, Rob?
We have 5 defenders in the penalty.
Oh, you're only allowed 5 defenders because of the penalty. Thank you, community sports producer Rob Moretti, our girls lacrosse expert, with the Yeah, because there was only because there's a penalty. Normally you have 6 defenders, so the other defender was in. But because there's a penalty right now, the official took the defender out, and you're not allowed to have. When you have a penalty, you're only allowed 5 defenders since you're a player down. If you weren't a player down, it would be your normal 6, and there wouldn't have been anything wrong. But because of that, community sports producer Rob Moretti with a good call on that one. And this one will be played around. This one will be played, and the shot will be blocked, deflected, and hit out. Having a legal play. The official asked for the clock to stop, but it never did. And now the far official asked for it to stop, and it's still running. 1:53 and counting. I think the scorekeeper has gone for a nap or something. This one, the 15-0, still running. Official asked for it to be stopped a while ago. And it'll be a card for Mamaroneck. It'll go against the Tigers' Katie Cotter, who has a goal in this game. First goal of the game Cotter scored, that was her only one. So it'll be a penalty as Clarkstown South's penalty is over. But so it'll just be an advantage for the rest of the game for Clarkstown South, and we'll see if that's enough to score their first goal of the game. And they'll have a penalty. 1:10 remaining. They never reset the clock. It was running. They took a minute off and they shouldn't have because of about 45 seconds to a minute. They asked for it to be stopped because of the card to Cotter, but they didn't stop it. And that one will go through. It'll squeak on by. Scored by the Annie O'Neill, assisted by Kara Cotton. 7. Yeah, Annie O'Neill got it, assisted by Kira Cotton, sophomore to freshman, and it just squeaks by Lily Epstein. And it is 15-1, so the shutout is gone, and Mamaroneck leads 15-1 as Annie O'Neill gets the first goal for Clarkstown South as it just squeaked by her. Epstein couldn't handle it cleanly, and after Kira Cotton had passed it to O'Neill. And this one will be won by Mamaroneck with 5 seconds remaining.
Nice look.
And the Tigers will just show good sportsmanship, and Coach Rocky Lividini didn't realize there was no time left. She was running a play with 0 seconds, but they play it out, and the game will end with Mamaroneck outscoring Clarkstown South in the second half 5-1 and 15-1 for the game. And Mamaroneck will take this one. We will have interviews coming up with a player and Coach Rocky Lividini, and I will wrap this one up here at Mamaroneck High School as the Tigers are now 3-4, and Clarkstown South back-to-back losses is 0-6. So we will be right back here on LMC Varsity Sports with interviews, post-game analysis. All right, we're here with goalie Talia Land, and Talia, it was a good win for you guys today. Pretty easy, but it's good to have games like this sometimes.
Yeah, it feels really good. We had a rough start to our season where we played a bunch of great teams. So yeah, this was a little bit more of a chill game, but it felt good definitely to come away with a win.
Yeah, and you're 3-4 now, but as you just said, you played some tough teams.
Yeah.
But that definitely helps you guys further on, not only because of your playoff standings playing tough teams, but helps you guys improve a lot. What do you think of that?
Yeah, of course. I think it was some good competition, and we definitely learned a lot from Suffern and North Rockland, who have a lot of great players. Yeah, I think we're hopefully going to meet them again in the playoffs, so that'll be good.
And in the first half, you didn't give up any goals. And in girls lacrosse, that's rare. Have you ever had a whole game with a shutout, no goals? Or?
No, I was close in the New Rochelle game, which was a couple weeks ago. And then Lily got put in this one, and she almost had the last one. But no, it obviously feels really good. 1 goal is very close to 0, so yeah.
And you committed to play at Amherst next year. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I found out I was looking to play at schools for a while, and I was looking at a bunch of D3 schools, and I found out in July, and it's just like a really great place, and I'm really excited to play there. It's a great balance of academics and athletics, so I'm super excited.
Back here on the postgame show with Coach Rocky Lividini, and Coach, a little tough start to the season because of some tough opponents early on, but that definitely was good to build up your team's schedule, and to play tough teams is always good.
Yeah, I mean, it was hard. We did very well last year, so we were seated high, and our out-of-league games were a Suffern and North Rockland, and they were tough games to start off with. But, I mean, we learned from them. We took what we could out of the games and just went back to practice and worked on fundamentals. A tough loss to Fox Lane, a tough loss to Scarsdale. It only just helped us and built up our confidence, and I think we're on the road to going up from here.
And as a second-year head coach of this team, what do you look for in your team and want them to improve on this year?
I think just overall our confidence. We do have a fairly young team, and we have great leaders, so I think that they look up to them. And I just getting back to fundamentals of passing, catching, good shots, good defense, nothing crazy. They all love each other on and off the field, so that helps, and it's a great group of girls, and it's just a true pleasure to coach. So.
And it definitely helps to have a good goalie like Talia, who we just talked to. Tell me what it's like to have a good goalie like her on the team.
Yeah, I mean, not only is she an amazing goalie, she's, one of our captains this year, and she's been a phenomenal leader. No matter what kind of game we're having, she's always the one that's positive and is helping everybody, and as frustrated as she'll get with our team for turning over the ball or letting people open in front of her, she's always just super, super positive, and is just a great leader on and off the field for us, and her play is just unbelievable and has definitely helped us.
Back here on the postgame show, final score was 15-1 Mamaroneck as they improved to 3-4, and Clarkstown South is now 0-6. They got their only goal with about 10 seconds to go. Lily Epstein couldn't preserve the shutout on a ball that fumbled through and just got home for Clarkstown South for their only goal. Mamaroneck did a great job. 3 players with 3 goals. Emily Mallon, 3 goals, 3 assists to lead the way. And Natalia Land did well in goal as well. And Mamaroneck just played well from the get-go as they were up 10-0 at the half and finished the game 15-1. A lot of people to thank for today's telecast, including the executive director, Eric Lewis. He is the CEO of LMC TV. The COO is Matt Sullivan. The community sports producer is Mr. Rob Moretti. For all our camera crew who did a great job, they are Kevin Duarte, Jack Wells, and Rob Moretti. Once again, the final score 15-1 as Mamaroneck improves to 3-4. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Troy McGraw. Have a great evening.